Do you ever find yourself lost in grand visions of the future, only to snap back to reality and feel that crushing disappointment? We all crave success, recognition, and fulfilling relationships. But what happens when our expectations don't align with the way things actually turn out? Today we'll talk about how to let go of expectations and find a more flexible mindset to navigate disappointment in our professional lives. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Flow Lab channel where we discuss psychology and mental fitness. I'm Ava, psychologist and head of content at Flow Lab, and today we're tackling the powerful topic of expectations and disappointment. We all have experienced this sting of unmet expectations, whether it's about certain goals we pursue, about relationships we want to foster, or expectations about ourselves. Take a moment and think about situations where you hold high expectations. Maybe you found yourself constantly seeking recognition or validation for your hard work. Or perhaps you've set unrealistic expectations for yourself or others, expecting to handle an overwhelming amount of work effortlessly. And let's not forget about expecting relationships to develop a certain way. For example, to become best friends with your colleagues. You picture all the different scenarios in your mind's eye until you have a crystal clear picture in mind of how the future will allegedly turn out. This is not to say these thoughts are invalid. We all have desires and aspirations. As with everything in psychology, things are not black and white. In fact, expectations can be a double-edged sword. They push us to strive for greatness and envision a better future. They help us identify our values, needs, and desires. They can make us dream big and compare that with the status quo to boost our motivation. However, when we cling to these expectations rigidly, they can set us up for disappointment. It's essential to remember that the journey towards our goals won't always be a straight line. That's why it's crucial to understand that our focus should be more flexible, allowing room for adaptations and unforeseen outcomes. And we'll talk about how to do that in greater detail today. Rather than trying to force things to be exactly how you want them to be and view any deviation from your plan as a setback, try to remain optimistic and open-minded. Here's how to navigate this delicate balance. Tip number 1, stop daydreaming. While daydreaming can be a temporary escape or a source of inspiration, something enjoyable and comforting in the short term, it often takes us away from reality. When we indulge in daydreaming, we often create idealized versions of the future or envision specific outcomes that may not align with reality. We build expectations based on these imagined scenarios, only to find that things rarely turn out exactly as we envisioned them. We also discussed the role of daydreaming in a previous video on emotional avoidance. Check it out if you haven't done so yet. But that's why it's essential to maintain a balance between our imaginative world and the realities we face. Deliberately remind yourself to cultivate a more realistic mindset. Instead of escaping into your ideal future, practice mindfulness and explore the value of staying in the present moment. Mindfulness involves intentionally bringing our attention to the here and now, observing our thoughts and experiences without judgment. By grounding ourselves in the present, we can cultivate a deeper sense of awareness and acceptance of what is happening right now. We become more observant rather than expecting. And this brings us to point number 2, focus on the process. When we place too much emphasis on the end result, the goals you want to reach, the reactions you're craving for, and the results you're anticipating, we risk missing out on the richness and growth that come from immersing ourselves in the process. So rather than fixating too much on the outcome, shift your attention to the journey itself. By embracing what flow father Csikszentmihalyi described as disinterested interest, we find a harmonious balance between curiosity and detachment from the outcome. This somehow paradoxical term highlights the idea of maintaining a genuine interest and curiosity while keeping our attachment to the specific outcome in check. It's about finding intrinsic satisfaction and fulfillment in the very act of doing, rather than being solely motivated by external rewards or achievements. This not only enhances your overall experience, but also increases the likelihood of experiencing flow, this immersive and fulfilling state where time seems to fly by, you're highly productive, and you feel a deep sense of satisfaction. Practicing gratitude and adopting an abundance mindset can further enhance our journey of letting go of expectations. By cultivating gratitude, we shift our focus to appreciating what we already have and the progress we've made, rather than constantly longing for what's next. Make this part of your bedtime routine, or schedule a coffee date with yourself every now and then to reflect on the things you're genuinely grateful for. An abundance mindset reminds us that there are ample opportunities and resources available to us. We recognize that success and fulfillment are not limited to a specific outcome, but can be found in various forms and experiences along our unique journey. Finally, unmet expectations can serve as an opportunity for self-reflection. Take some time to understand your underlying values, needs, and desires. The disappointment is there for a reason. So ask yourself what lies behind those expectations and how they align with your authentic self. And then ask yourself whether there is anything you can do to meet those expectations, except for expecting the things around you to fall into place. For example, many people have silent expectations. They expect others to read our minds. If they care about us, they should know what we want. We think they have to find out themselves. Bad news though, we're not quite there yet when it comes to mind reading. So if it sounds familiar, use these moments as an opportunity to practice open communication and express your needs. Stand up for yourself, tell the other what you need from them, and discuss possible solutions together. Additionally, explore alternative ways to fulfill your needs and desires, how you can give yourself what you're looking for independent of external factors. Let's say you crave validation and acknowledgement for your work. While it's natural to desire appreciation, relying solely on external validation can lead to disappointment. Reflect on your intrinsic motivation and find ways to acknowledge your own accomplishments. Celebrate your achievements, identify and appreciate your strengths. Set personal goals and recognize your progress along the way. Remember, letting go of expectations doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or desires. It's about embracing a more flexible and open-minded approach to life. If you found this video insightful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below to join the FlowLab community. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our future videos. Have a great day and see you next time.